Hello guys, once again it's Matt and today we have another video. Thank you all the members, all the Patreons. Make sure to subscribe and let's get into it, guys. So today I wanted to talk a little bit about the leak again. Yes, I know there isn't much that we can even talk about, but I wanted to talk about the J-11A that appeared in the leak. If you don't know, a leak list appeared that is basically getting some things right, so people are assuming that it is right, but a lot of people don't understand the J-11. People think it's just an SU-27 or whatever, you know. So I wanted to basically talk a little bit about the J-11 and specifically the J-11 that we have in the leak list, which is the A variant, okay? So basically we have already a very big video talking about the variants, but for the J-11, the original J-11s, we have three main variants, okay? But we're going to talk about specifically 4 aircraft that the Chinese used. The first one was the SU-27SK. They actually had some very small, I think in number, SU-27SKs that were produced in in Russia, not Soviet Union. But later they started assembling their own J-11s, which basically was an SU-27SK. But it has some differences to the original SK. So the main one is the N001M radar. So from the get-go, guys, if we receive any type of new J-11, or SU-27 that it's really upgraded, in theory it could already take the R-77. They basically change it a little bit, and I don't think the first one actually was capable, but in theory he could already take it, at least in theory, as I said. The confirmation came with the R-77 with the J-11A, so the one that we have in the leak list is the first main one that is confirmed that used the R-77, okay? It can actually use a better radar that can fire 2 targets at once with the R-77, at least 2 targets if I'm not mistaken. And it has basically new processors to the radars and stuff, and even MTI modes and ground mapping modes for detecting, not ground mapping modes, but like modes that are really good for low altitude, so that it can detect low flying and hovering helicopters, and as well I think it has a ground mapping mode, I don't know. Anyway, I'm confusing myself with these lists that I did, but still it has also a capable MAW system. So yes, it was basically a very advanced SU-27, right? It was what the SU-27 kind of became afterwards as well, with the SM and stuff. The idea is kind of there. The introduction, full introduction of the R-77, the addition of MAW systems, new avionics and stuff. So that would be the main thing. And why are we talking about this? Well, the J-11A, if this turns out to be true, which has a chance of being, will basically mean that we are receiving an aircraft that will or can take the R-77. Does that mean that we are going to receive the R-77 dispatch in Fox 3s in general? No, it doesn't. Why? Because we already have aircraft that could in theory take these missiles. The J-8F that we are flying out right now in this video already can take the PL-12, for example, and we don't have the PL-12 yet. So it's not like a full confirmation that Fox 3s are coming, but it is odd that if they are going to add an F-15, an SU-27, and then they jump to the J-11, it was one of my main concerns actually with the leak list, to be honest, is that it was very specific, like really specific on the Chinese aircraft. It was really specific on the J-11, but it wasn't really specific with the SU-27 and F-15. And that's why I kind of thought, oh no, it probably isn't true. It isn't. It probably is a false you know, leak list because of that, because it was kind of just missing that information on the SU-27 F-15, and it still kind of is open, right? If these aircraft are going to be added, which versions we will even see, because if the J-11A is being added, we have earlier SU-27s for China. You know, we have, as I said, the SK and the original J-11s that could be added, you know, without the R-77s anyway, because they probably cannot take the the R-77, right? So why add specifically the J-11A? You know, it kind of makes you wonder that they will jump from the original SU-27 S's, or S, right? From the original SU-27S, and also from the original F-15As and early F-15Cs, and probably just straight jump to late 80s, early 90s versions of these aircraft, just because of the fact of the J-11A being very specific about it. Of course, it's a big if. We are speculating, only speculating, because, you know, as I said, there isn't much to talk about until the devlogs start to roll out heavily, right? We just had one for now, so we don't know, but it would make sense, right? Because if they're adding a very late version of the J-11, or not a very late version, but a later version that can take Fox 3 missiles, why would they add the earlier models of the F-15 and SU-27? Doesn't make much sense, right? Only if, for example, I don't know about the F-15, but maybe in the SU-27S in specific, they might just add the SU-27S without the R-77s, and basically just have that idea with it using basically just 6 R-27ERs, which is still going to be very, very competitive, right? And then we have, for example, the Yak-41 and the MiG-29 SMT to actually be the aircraft that will take the Fox 3 missiles when they are added. So they can do something like that, but it's kind of weird, and it makes me wonder how big this patch will be and what we will see actually, because it's kind of crazy on the amount of leak lists that normally appear, and from time to time you can see one that is always right. So yeah, let me know in the comments what do you think about these leak lists, if they are true or not, and would you like to see the J-11A? Let me know in the comments. Just let's enjoy the last kill that I got, making an ace in this match with the glorious J-8F, an amazing aircraft that I really, really love to fly. And yeah, I cannot wait to see the development of this tech tree, because they have some very interesting aircraft in the future to be added, right? So yeah, last guy, 23 shots, no missiles, no flares. So I had to make sure, and no fuel to be honest, that I got him. But anyway, I hope you enjoyed. Make sure to subscribe, as I said, and bye guys, see ya. And bye to this F4 as well. Anyway, bye, see ya guys.